Yeah. Cameo, GOG,
Yep.
Brad,
Doing that podcast? Nah. Doing that podcast? Nah.
Nerds to Men. This is, I don't even know what today is. It's almost the end of April, though.
29th.
The April 29th. Yeah. Avengers just came out a couple days ago on Friday.
Yeah.
I've seen it twice. How many times have you seen it, Cameo?
Too many times to count.
GOG?
Zero.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a loser.
If we go off of your record with like Thor Ragnarok,
I'll watch it in
or-
about 2 months.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yep, 2 months.
Yeah, have you seen those movies yet?
Yes, I have.
Black Panther.
Not yet.
2 more months.
Well, how long
Hey,
ago did it come out?
You know what you can do? The Winchester Drive-In
Yeah.
are playing both of those movies.
Yeah, that's right.
So if you want to go there.
You know what though? Here's the thing, and I'm not. This isn't a criticism or anything, but I think they're playing Avengers first.
Yeah.
So I would maybe want to see Black Panther first if I hadn't seen it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
I mean, truthfully, no spoilers here. You probably could have not seen Black Panther and been okay with seeing
Yeah.
Avengers. I mean, there's some things that were referenced, but
I mean, technically, you could have seen none of the movies and been fine with this one.
sure.
Because, I mean, it's just like, they're like, oh, well, Thanos is coming. And then they kind of give a little recap of the Infinity Stones in the movie.
Right.
So,
Right. Well, we got some GOG talk later. We're
Yeah.
going to talk a little bit more about Perfect Circle. I think you've spent a little more
Sure.
time with that record.
I have.
And we actually have heard a little bit from Tool.
yes.
So we'll talk about that. Cam's Jams later.
yay.
Mr. TMZ over here. He's got some pop, hip-hop news and whatever else, rumors. You
Yep.
get into all that. You're kind of like the Queen Latifah of Girls Trip, of for Nerds
Kind
to
of.
Men.
Kind of.
You got the dirt.
I do.
We have a new segment, Plugged In with Buck Berlin. I talked to him over at New World Comics about next week's Free Comic Book Day.
On Cinco de Mayo.
We have an interview that Cameo did with Deon Cole from Blackish.
And Grownish.
Yeah, and Grownish. And then he's also there. He does stand up, and there's one of he's on Netflix too. The Comedians, I think it's called.
Okay.
Yeah, he's one of them, and it's really funny if you haven't seen it. And then, of course, we'll have later in the show, we will have Avengers. We'll talk about Avengers with spoilers.
The Revengers.
And so if you're watching on the Facebook Live, just remember, we'll have spoilers up there on the screen when we get to that. But we're going to talk a little bit about it right now. Just general reactions, no spoilers allowed right now.
I loved it.
First of all, GOG. Big
Yeah.
fan? Big
Yeah.
fan?
It was a roller coaster ride of emotion.
I will say that that's exactly right. I wanted to cry a couple times in the movie. I thought it was great.
Who did? That's what everybody wants to know. Who did?
Yeah. When we won't talk about any of that just yet.
I say you he dead.
I say he did.
And just remember, whatever GOG says, he hasn't even seen it.
Yeah.
So,
So the idea for when they do that segment is that I'm going to put music on so I can't hear them talking, but I'm occasionally going to chime in with just some sort of automated response.
yeah.
Yeah, just like, how his dad was a friend on Facebook.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's just going to be totally. You know what?
It's random.
There might even be a instance where GOG gets it right.
Yeah. It's kind of a test.
So we'll see. We'll see how close he gets later on in the show. But like I say, it was 2.5 hours long. Did that bother you at all?
Heck no, I wish it was longer.
Yeah, the way that they broke it up into different storylines, I thought kept the movie going.
And there was never a dull moment.
Right.
Not one single moment was it dull. Like, this, how we used to rate movies?
Right.
It was a no PP movie.
Yeah.
2.5 hour, no
So-
PP.
Yeah, if you can go 2.5 hours without going to pee, that's good.
Yeah.
Because both times I saw it,
Okay, so
5 hours of not
what you're
peeing.
saying is
Yeah.
I need to dehydrate myself before I go see this film.
That might be a good idea. Go in just barely on life.
Yeah.
Well,
like sand.
when you come out of the movie, though, I feel like you're going to, man, it drains you because
Yeah.
it's like I say, so good. It was there was comedy. What they were doing with Thor and the Guardians definitely continued with this movie, and I just thought it was really, really good. Johnny Griffin says hello.
Hello.
Christian Cox says, "Did you say spoilers? We're not going to spoil yet. We're not going to spoil yet.
Not just yet.
So, but like I say, I thought it was one of the best of the Marvel movies. Cameo.
It was also a no poop movie.
Yeah, most movies for me are no poop movies. If it's a poop movie, you're in trouble.
Well, I'm just gonna have to buy tickets to see this again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although they should make like some kind of app where when you
been
go,
talked about, yeah.
you could still watch like just a little bit of the movie.
We need to get on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
should.
like now.
So you
We
can
should.
put it on your phone,
Yeah.
But it was
go to
good.
the bathroom.
But they probably wouldn't do that because now you can like record your screen.
Oh yeah.
So,
But I
too
mean, if
easy
it's
to-
just a clip, if it's just long enough while you're like, maybe it's only within range of the bathroom or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
Well, if they
But-
did that, I would just I would just go to the bathroom for the whole movie.
right.
Yeah. There would probably be people that would sit in there, watch the movie,
Get my popcorn and my poop on.
vape,
You gonna eat in the bathroom?
do the vaping.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff.
Out with the old and with the new.
Yeah. Gog would do a lot just from his bathroom, I feel
Yeah.
like.
Mm-hmm.
You should build a little office area back there.
Yeah.
a little desk.
Yeah.
He could be pooping right
Comes up the
now.
wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For all you know, you can't see my bottom half. You don't know what I'm up to down there.
Gross. That's
Both hands up on the desk at all
That's
times.
stupid.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, I don't, like I said, since we're not going to get into spoilers right now, there's not a whole lot to really say other than it was more than I even expected.
That's
Like,
good to hear.
I went into the movie not wanting to know any spoilers, not wanting to know a whole lot. Stuff that we speculated on, some of it was good information, but everything that I thought was going to happen was totally probably opposite, I guess.
Yeah.
So let's leave it at that for now.
I just
okay?
want to know who dies.
We'll tell you
I
at
have
the
a
end of the
morbid
show.
fascination with death, and that's all I care about.
Hey, it's the circle of life.
I'll tell you who didn't die.
Disney.
It might be a spoiler though if I say it. Hawkeye. He didn't die.
Okay.
Nor did Ant-Man.
Nor did Ant-Man.
That's good.
Because they weren't in the movie. they said like in the movie they're like, yeah, they one's on house arrest, obviously Ant-Man,
Yeah.
and Hawkeye wasn't in it. So, but let's move on from that for right now. That way we don't lose everybody.
Now I don't even want to see it anymore if those two aren't in it.
Well, there might be a lot of people who decide to stay home because of that. Not really. I mean, it was great.
Yeah.
I like I say, I can't rave about this movie enough. And we talked to Buck Berlin a little later, and I kind of asked him, "Is it the best movie of the Marvel series that you've seen?" And he's like, well, I want to say yes, but he kind of has a rule about saying that right off the bat. He likes to,
He likes to ingest and kind of.
yeah, he's a connoisseur, so
Yeah.
he wants to,
It's like
get
a nice glass of wine.
yeah, get a little sniff of it, and yeah. But a lot of people said that they think it's one of the best ones too, and I'll go on the record and say I think it is too.
Yeah.
Shatira says, "Did you see this? Thought it was funny and kind of cool, but I didn't see anything attached. So let us know what it is that is in reference to, and we shall discuss." Let's talk about a couple things that I saw though during the previews, and one of them I want to mention is that Karate Kid show.
Ooh.
The one thing that I didn't like about it was that it's on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm probably not going to watch it
Yeah.
on the YouTube Red or
You
whatever.
can get like a 7-day free trial.
True,
But are all episodes going to be on there?
I don't know.
but there's ways of watching stuff
That is very true.
without watching it through the YouTube. Although, see, just this is me digressing a little bit. I have the Hulu package where I can watch like live Thunder games and all that, but it jumps, like it'll like jump 10 seconds like here and there, and it makes me mad. And somebody was telling me that YouTube was a lot better, so I'm thinking about checking out the YouTube channel anyway. So maybe we'll see that. But like I say, are you excited at all that they're doing like a Karate Kid show where they're both, what are they, 40s, 50s now?
Yeah. No.
No.
No,
Not
not at all.
Not really. I mean, I was never huge into the Karate Kid as a, it's a good movie, but
I mean, is Ralph Macchio in it?
Yeah,
He is.
yeah. The original, him and the I can't remember the guy's name. I mean, if you watched How I Met Your Mother, he popped up all the time in that. But the guy who kicks in the face. He's,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
The butterfly kick.
he's starting the Cobra Kai dojo, like up again.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
And Daniel, Daniel's like he owns like a car dealership now, and
this guy right here,
yeah, William Zabka.
Zabka.
Yeah, so Bill Zabka.
Bill Zappy.
That's what they call him, right?
Yeah,
They call him
sure.
old Bill Zappy.
So like I say, not as excited for that one. Neither of you. I will watch it probably for nostalgia purposes,
That's fair.
and I don't know. I mean, it's not like I'm going to stay home to watch it, or
Yeah.
I mean, I might if Cameo asks me to do something, I might be like, yeah, I can. I'm watching Karate
Too busy
Kid.
with the Karate Kid.
Yeah, I gotta watch them while they're on YouTube because I can't DVR
Right.
it. So, and then another trailer I saw, and you may have seen the whole trailer since you didn't go to the movie, but you may have seen it online.
Venom.
Venom.
Yes.
Yeah, what'd you think about that?
Yeah, that was cool. It was their response to everybody having such a negative response to the first trailer. They're like, "Oh, okay, like we're just gonna show it." Like I think they're in their minds with the first trailer. They're like, "We don't want to reveal too much just yet,"
Right.
and they, I guess, held back too much.
They did. They basically made it, Eddie Brock.
Yeah,
Like that's
Or
what they
could've
should have
been
named the trailer.
yeah, or it
Eddie
could have
Brock.
just been like another Bourne movie or something like that
Right,
with
right.
Tom Hardy. But yeah, it was cool. It seems like it's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. The trailer. I love Tom Hardy,
Yeah.
so I'm already sold on that. But
Right.
and then to see Venom, the way that he pops up at the very end, where not that but the way it takes shape. I thought that would look
Yeah.
cool. I thought that actually looked like something I want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure Tom Hardy's going to be a good Eddie Brock,
Yeah.
but he just doesn't like him as a person doesn't seem to fit Eddie Brock as a a photographer.
Right.
And now I'm not saying what's his name, Topher Grace did a better job in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, that was
But-
an odd choice because when I think of Eddie Brock, I think of like a real jockey kind of
Yeah.
guy. Which I mean, Tom Hardy's very fit,
Mhm.
but I think more of like a Biff type of character.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting interpretation. Like he seems like a well-rounded, like decent human being,
Right,
which
right.
is kind of a stray from the source material. It seems like.
I'm not I wasn't big into Spider-Man and all that growing up, reading the comics or anything. In fact, I've just now kind of taken more of a liking to the movie Spider-Man.
Yeah. To backtrack a little bit in Avengers Infinity War, Tom Holland was an amazing pick for Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Like he nailed it in that. And
Continues to.
like you really got to see it. Like he really nails it in this.
Okay,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I mean, I loved Homecoming. That movie was so
Yeah.
much fun. So yeah, I'm excited to see.
Yeah, you got to check it out.
But I mean, with the fact that Venom and Spider-Man aren't really, it's not the same thing that's going on right now.
Although there are rumors that supposedly Tom Holland's supposed to be in the Venom movie.
Yeah, which I don't
Somehow,
really.
some form or fashion.
I was gonna say,
Don't
like,
know.
how does that work? Just because it's Sony that's putting out the Venom movie, and it says in association with Marvel.
Right.
But I mean, he could show up, I guess, maybe just as Peter Parker
Yeah.
or something like that. That would be my assumption.
Maybe, he is going somewhere for Tony Stark or something.
Or he
I
just
don't
in some random scene, there's no context. He just swings to the frame and goes, "I'm Spider-Man."
Yeah, I think that to me it was, I felt like they had it set in San Francisco just to put that much distance between the Spider-Man aspect of it
Spider-Man.
and let you know, yeah, basically Spider-Man's not in this movie.
Spiderman.
No
But
Spider-Man.
I'd like to. I'd like to see Spider-Man be in it, but
Yeah.
I'm going into it not expecting that, and just to me, just thinking this is going to be a cool Tom Hardy movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really what I'm thinking about that movie. But it looks cool, and I'm excited to see it. Another movie I saw an extended preview for was Han Solo.
Yeah.
I still am going into that movie hoping that it's good. I just don't know. But I do think if it is good, then, hey, let's see some more Boba Fett, different stuff like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Some like one-offs, because I mean they're gonna keep making Star Wars movies every single year. Like that's just gonna happen. So, but hopefully, with this one, I don't really know a lot about the movie necessarily. Obviously it's Han Solo, so. But I have heard that there were a lot of issues with production on the film.
Yeah, I heard that too. But as far as I know, Ron Howard is still the director. I mean, he saw it through.
He's a
right
solid
to the
director
end.
too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so I trust that aspect of
right.
it.
There's ingredients to where it potentially should be a good movie.
Donald
Yeah.
Glover,
Dude,
he looks cool.
He nailed Lando
Yeah.
in this trailer.
Yeah.
And I don't know who the dude playing Han Solo. He didn't.
But I mean, I think he's playing a different Han Solo because think about it. He says in this one, he's in the cockpit and he says, "I have a good feeling about this." He's not the grizzled kind of.
He's a young version.
Yeah,
He
he's-
hasn't had like life just like crap on him
Yeah,
over and over
right.
again yet.
So I think that's why it feels different.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's supposed to
Okay.
at this point. I mean, I don't know. I
Yeah.
mean, I can't wait to see it though. I like the fact that we're getting more Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
And to me, as long as they keep doing them and they're good, I don't have any problem with seeing more and them going back into some of these characters' backstory.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, a lot of people felt like maybe not Han Solo. They didn't want to see that,
They
but
should have done the Jar Jar movie.
that's where I would draw the line. I'd be like, I'm out.
Right? I'm out.
I'm done with that. So, all right, Cameo, you did an interview with Deon Cole.
Yes, very funny dude.
We mentioned he is on Blackish. He is, what's his name?
Charlie.
Not Charlie, the main guy on Blackish, the dad.
Oh, Anthony Anderson.
Yeah, what's his name on there?
Dre
Johnson.
Andre Johnson.
Yeah. My wife said something the other day about my shoes, and she's like, "Those are like Andre Johnson's shoes," and I was like, "Who is Andre Johnson?" And she's like, "From Blackish." I was like, "Oh yeah," like because I'm bad with names, man, bad with names. But he's his coworker, and for some reason on Grownish, he's also his daughter's professor.
Yeah.
Which he's a bad professor.
Yeah.
And then he does stand-up comedy.
Did you see that one episode on Grownish where he was having them do his taxes?
Yes. Yeah. So he's a funny guy, and Cameo got to get on the phone and talk to him. Plug your show real quick, Cameo.
Yes, you can catch me Monday through Fridays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on the best radio station ever, Wild 104.9. You can stream us online at wild1049hd.com. Download the Wild app, or you can get us on your Google or your Alexa. Just say, "Hey Alexa, enable the Wild 1049 skill," and then after that, "Hey Alexa, play Wild 1049."
All right. Here's Cameo with Deon Cole.
Hey, Deon, how you doing, boss?
Good, man. How you doing?
Man, I can't complain. I'm alive. I'm working, so I'm good.
That's good.
And you a working man too, boss. You have so much stuff going on. How do you keep everything in order?
Hire some people.
Well, could those people help me out?
Yeah, you got money. You got to pay them.
I mean, I got some money. I don't know if it's like Deon Cole's money though.
I don't know. You got to work out what they gonna do for you.
All right, they got payment plans. Well, hey, let's talk about Blackish, man. That's one of my favorite shows. I've talked to pretty much almost everybody on there. I talked to one of your coworkers, Jeff Meacham, also Miles Brown and Marcus Scribner, and I'm trying to get the whole cast. But I really want Tracy Ellis Ross, though. So if you can work that out for me, that'd be great. But I got to say that your character, Charlie, on Blackish and Grownish, I'm so upset that I don't get more of you. So when are we going to see more of Charlie?
Well, we stressed out and having me on Grownish as well as Blackish, both shows are doing amazing. And It's a big family, and the show is about the family. So that's what it mainly is. And, I'm excited to just be a part of it, basically. But, that's it.
Well, that's awesome, man. I think one of my favorite episodes was when you were watching the kids and you were dating Amber Rose. That was one of the funniest episodes I had ever seen on Blackish.
Yeah, man, that was one of my favorites, too.
So, did you get Amber Rose's number after that?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So tell me, I haven't got to see Angie Tribeca. Tell me a little bit about that.
It's a great show. It's with Steve Carell, Rashida Jones. It's kind of like Naked Gun and police squad. It's kind of like in the realms of that. It's a very funny show, very fast paced, very, very funny.
That's cool, man. I love me some Rashida Jones too. So if you could also work that one out, I mean. Okay, well, Grownish. So you're a professor on there. Tell me how Charlie is a professor and works for an ad agency.
Hey man, it's crazy. He has a midnight class that he teaches. He's the midnight class that from midnight to 2 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
Then he goes to work every day.
Okay. And how did you get started in comedy?
A friend betted me $50, and that's how I got started doing comedy. After he betted me $50 to stand up, and ever since then I haven't looked back.
Well, that's amazing. And I follow you on social media, and you spit some knowledge on there. Just recently, you talked about know your worth. And if people aren't following you on social media, you want to give them that real quick.
Yeah, it's just basically just knowing your worth, knowing the difference between being made and being chosen. A lot of people might say they made you when actually you were chosen. And just knowing your worth, and knowing what your value is with people that you work with. The difference between a favor and being owed, too. So, that's just basically what I talk about on there. A lot of people, you can go on there at Deon Cole on Instagram. So, I try to, spit some kind of knowledge to the people and, give them some type of, insight on what they should be looking for in life.
Yeah, and people, when you're listening to this, dude is hilarious. You need to watch Blackish and Grownish, but he's also down to earth and knows how to spit some knowledge. I was cracking up where you posted about somebody inviting you to dinner or lunch, and they should be the one to pay. I'm totally with you on that.
I couldn't believe that. I got there. I asked me to go, made reservations. We ate, and then they was like, yeah, pay for this. And I just was like, what?
You got the wrong one, player. Not today.
Yeah, it took me by surprise.
Oh man, and are you safe to say their name? I just want to know that if I get Deon Cole money, I don't want to be invited by this person and they have me to pay.
Yeah, man, people will do that, man. They'll think you got money and that's how you do it. And it's like, no, you gotta save your money.
Right.
You got things you want to do with your money. Everything ain't about $200 dinners and stuff. It's just like you offer me to come to dinner with you, so that's what you should do. You should pay for it. I know if I offered you to come somewhere with me, come shopping with me, and I put a bunch of clothes on the counter and then tell you to pay for it. It's
right.
Like,
that man, people are
crazy.
Yeah, man, people are crazy, man. I totally agree with that. So you are from Chicago, correct?
Yeah.
So one of my friends wanted me to ask you because they're also Blackish fans, and they used to live in Chicago for a time. But what is one of your favorite restaurants or places to eat in Chicago?
Pizza place called Douay. It's a form of Uno's pizza, but it's called Douay.
Douay, okay.
Favorite place, and there's another place called Batters and Berries. Berries and Batters up north. Fantastic restaurant, breakfast food, and it is
Oh, that's so cool. And I know, working on Angie Tribeca, Grownish, Blackish, and you've also worked with Conan O'Brien, correct?
Yes.
What other stars would you like to work with in the future?
I would like to work with anybody that's trying to push the culture further and who wants to work in a unique aspect and, bring some different light onto comedy and do something different and talk about different things. Anybody that's into that, I'm willing to work. That's all I want is an open mind and, a unique take on stuff. And if we can do that, then yeah, let's do it.
Man, I tell you what, if I ever get to where you are, and sometimes I like to think myself is funny. Sometimes. Maybe I'm only funny to myself, but I swear every time that you are on Blackish or Grownish, even the AV Club has said that you are a scene stealer, and that is very true. Because every time, especially in last night's episode, you only had a couple of lines, and you were talking about how the Bible is weird. I died.
Right.
And I know there's a lot of Bible thumpers out there. Did you get any backlash for that?
Yeah, absolutely. But if I wanted to make everybody happy, I'd sell ice cream.
Right. And sometimes even that you ain't gonna make everybody happy.
No, not at all. I'll be glad we get to a point where we all start having our own opinions again, and also not even that, letting people just be a character. Like it's a character on TV, and that's just how he thinks. But if he was a real person, I'd still allow him to have his own thoughts. It would be cool.
And real quick though, before I have to let you leave, I gotta ask, when you're on the Blackish and Grownish shows, are your scenes scripted?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, because I feel like they're all improv, and I'm gonna keep going with that, even though you told me they're scripted. But yeah, man, you are one of my top favorite comedians, and I need to know when you're gonna come to Oklahoma City.
Man, I would love to come. Somebody needs to bring me. Book me there, and I definitely will come.
I'm telling you, I'm going to find somebody, because I know Cedric the Entertainer, who was also on the show last night, is coming at the end of this month of March. So I'm going to see who his people are and try to get connected with you.
That's what's up. Do it. Look it up. Let's go.
All right, sounds good, man. Well, I know you have some shows coming up. I want to say good luck to those, and can't wait to see you on more of Blackish and Grownish, man. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much.
Man, that sounds super loud.
Yeah.
All right, that was Deon Cole. Did I say that right, Deon Cole?
Yeah.
I always question myself with my
You
bad
should.
memory.
You should.
Great interview there. So thanks for bringing that to us and having
No
him
problem,
on the
man.
show, man. I love it. I want to. It's been a while since you talked to him,
It's been a while.
but you talked to Junior,
Yeah.
and I think we should probably run that on here sometime too. 'Cause
Okay, cool.
Junior's one of my favorites on that show. You think he'll get his own spin-off show?
I hope so. I think he kind of hinted towards something about that when I did talk to him like several months ago.
Right.
Oops, sorry.
So hopefully, I mean, because he just got accepted to Howard University. So
That's right. Man, Junior cracks me up. That episode where he got laid for the first time, and he's almost just gliding out of the house. And his dad kind of isn't very nice to Junior. Like he acts like he's maybe not even his own. But as soon as he saw that look in his eyes, like, I know my son.
Yeah.
He was all proud.
He was like, my man.
Yeah.
And whenever Bo was talking about, did you tell him about protection?
Yeah.
And what did he say? He was like, "You keep it wrapped, right?" Or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, it's so funny. Hey, we got to talk about Cadell and Company.
Yeah.
They are out of Norman, Oklahoma. They have been doing commercial construction for the last 20 years. They're fourth generation builders, and now they are doing residential construction. So, you know, if you're watching those shows on TV and you want your house to look as great as those, you know, they do all those home improvement, now's the time because home prices are going up anyway. So get your home improvement projects done. Make some money.
Hey.
But you can save some money with Cadell and Company. They've got a showroom out in Norman. They've got all the materials that you would want. And so, you know, you can get like the wood floors, the tile floor, carpets, cabinets, countertops. Everybody likes that granite.
That granite's pretty nice.
You did your house not too long ago. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got some
you
granite,
know
man.
those materials, they can be kind of high priced, but Cadell and Company, they personally have found materials that are great quality but not going to bust your budget.
Yeah.
And you should check out their stuff. Get directions, go to their Facebook page at Cadell and Company, and you can see pictures of some of the stuff they've done all over the OU campus, the Jim Thorpe Historical Preservation, the Norman Fire Department. You can check out the pictures, and like I say, go get with them. Even if you're not going to have them install, which they will, they'll get with you from the time you walk in to the time they install it to make sure you're happy. Or you can just get the materials from them. Either way, you mention the Nerds to Men podcast, you get 10% off.
Nice, nice. And look down below. There's the Facebook page.
Yeah.
And the phone number.
Yeah.
Hit them up, 405-928-5026.
That's right, Cadell and Company. So good people. You can trust them, which is, you know, the most important part of the whole deal. Let's see, where are we at now, Cameo? I almost called you
Oh, my Lord.
actually, right now we've got an interview that I did with Buck Berlin.
Yes.
He's over at New World Comics.
He's the man.
And we talked a little bit about Free Comic Book Day coming up next Saturday. So here's me with Buck Berlin. All right, I'm here with Buck Berlin, owner of New World Comics here, located. I always get all tripped up here. This is where I get all tripped up. 63rd and Meridian.
Yeah, we're just south of Northwest 63rd Street.
All right, I got it right. I've said it enough times. I should have got it right.
Yeah.
But one of the things that we were here to talk about today is next Saturday, May 5th, Free Comic Book Day.
Yeah, Free Comic Book Day from 9 a.m. on Saturday to 9 a.m. on Sunday.
So from 9 a.m. on Saturday to 9 a.m. on Sunday, every comic book in the store is free.
Yep, that's right. I'm calling it quits. I'm throwing another. No. We're just about every comic in the store is on sale, but we will have a rack of just free comics.
Okay, yeah. And do you have any ideas on what we can get this year?
Yeah, there's going to be some Avengers comics. There's some Spider-Man comics. There's an Overwatch comic. I know everyone's super pumped about that.
Right. I wanted to kind of ask you, you've got some customers in the store right now, and there's a sign on the door that says, you know, no Avengers talk.
Right.
But have you seen it?
Yes.
And did you like it?
Very much so, yes.
And that's probably where we'll stop. I really enjoyed it, too. Loved it.
Yeah.
And I kind of asked you before, though, where you would rate it as far as, you know, was it the best ever? Because I'm almost ready to say, yeah, it was awesome. But you kind of have you're tentative, right?
Yeah, ever since the Age of Ultron movie, like when I got out of the movie, I was like, oh, that's definitely the best one ever. And when I got home with it, you know, on Blu-ray, it was and watched it again, it was that wasn't as good as I remember it. So maybe I should hold off on rating these things. So
yeah, that's probably safe. There's been a lot of movies that I've seen once and didn't like, and then ended up loving and liking every time I saw it since then. And then there's been movies that I loved the first time and then saw it again. I was like, eh.
yeah, and with this one, it'll definitely require a couple more viewings just to make sure I got everything.
I was looking around, and actually you kind of showed me a couple of your suggestions, but let's go through a couple of those real quick.
Okay.
Here's one that I found that, this is going to be everything I love and my little nephews love, all wrapped up in one. It's the Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This one's been out a little while, right?
Right. Yeah, they've actually done a couple of these now. This one in particular is like the original comic Ninja Turtles, and then they have one that's like the animated series Ninja Turtles. So it's really made for everyone. This one gets a little violent, but it's still really, really good.
Right on. I'm going to check it out. Here's another one that's been out a while, but I guess maybe this is the first time it's all in like a collected edition, the 30 Days of Night.
Yeah, they just re-released this, but yeah, this one came out back when I first started working here. It's where far north of Alaska, they get 30 days of night and 30 days of nothing but sunshine. So the vampires were like, "Oh, no sunlight. Let's go there."
Yeah, and I was asking you kind of, maybe some recommendations for horror comics because 30 Days of Night's been one of my favorites. I think that concept of, having darkness for 30 days that's ripe for a vampire story.
Oh yeah. Yeah, very much so, yeah.
In fact, I want to move there and become a vampire.
I mean, they'd probably welcome me. They're probably welcome anyone right now.
You think they have like a vampire population now that, went there after the comic books and the movies?
I just really hope that it's a whole bunch of like goth kids in parkas, just like, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, it looks like Cat Fest out there.
Yeah, that's great.
All right, here's another one. If you're like kind of a sci-fi lover, I asked about this one. This one's Starlight, and you were telling me this one. The concept for this one's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's done by Mark Miller, who's the guy who did Civil War, and he did Kick-Ass, and he did a whole bunch of other like major comic events. But this one is like, what if Flash Gordon happened, and then after he was done like saving the universe and everything, he goes back home and tells everyone about it. They don't believe him, so he lives his entire life telling everyone, and they're like, yeah, whatever. And then one day on his birthday, everyone shows back up, and they're like, hey, we need your help again. Let's go.
Yeah, it reminds me of like a geriatric Last Starfighter.
It's very much like that. Yeah.
That sounds awesome. I can't wait to read this one. This you said this one's called Starlight, so
Yeah.
All right, so this one is pretty sweet because I was asking about local artists and writers. Is this both of these people local?
Yeah.
Okay. This one's called Heathen, and this one's available right now.
Yeah, this is done by Natasha Altrisi. She's out of Tulsa, and it just got optioned for a movie.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's a Viking princess that's getting ready to get married off to a whole bunch of guys that she doesn't really like, and then she goes off to forge her own path and ends up falling in love with a Valkyrie.
Right on. That sounds awesome. And then, of course, these probably a lot of people have, but hopefully you have them. But if not, if you just saw the Avengers movie, maybe check these out. The Infinity War, that's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, which the movie took that title, even though it's really based off of the Infinity Gauntlet.
True.
Yeah, whereas this is kind of what follows it up. This Infinity Gauntlet Aftermath is directly after the Infinity Gauntlet. This is where you see what happens to the Gauntlet after, the inevitable happens.
Right, so if you saw the movie and you're like, God, I want to know what happens next. I mean, this might not be what happens in the movies, but this might have a good blueprint.
Yeah, I'm guessing that they're going to use that as a pretty good structure of how to go about it.
Yeah, so I'll have to check that out. So when I'll sound all cool with my spoilers.
Yeah.
But again, we didn't, we ran everybody out of the shop actually, though, talking about Avengers.
Well, good riddance. No.
Now that everybody's gone. No, we won't spoil it because this is going to play on Sunday.
Yeah.
And by that time, I'm assuming a lot of people have seen it, but I don't want to just, alienate those who didn't.
Right. Yeah, I would hope so. I mean, but I understand that life gets in the way, and man, those theaters are packed. Like it's hard to go see it a second time.
Yeah, so. I can't. I got to see it probably 2 or 3 more times. How many times do you think you'll see it by the time you're dead?
Oh, by the time I'm dead?
Yeah.
40, 50, 80, 100,
Nice.
Yeah. Those Marvel movies are just so rewatchable that,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I definitely think I'll probably go to see it a couple more times in the theater for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Usually with the Marvel movies, at least 4 times before it's out. So.
Okay, next Saturday, free comic book day. Did you say you had some artists and stuff like that out here?
Yeah. We're gonna have a whole bunch of local artists doing free sketches, at least until 7 p.m. We're trying to get them to stay later, but it just kind of depends on what the line's like and how it goes. So.
And just so you know, I was lying. Not every comic book in the store is free, but like I say, there will be some new free comics that are released day of, right? Special for that day, and then you're gonna have sales and stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna have sales that change every couple hours, and it's gonna be really, really cool.
All right, and then real quick, we won't get into a whole lot of it, but New World Comic Con.
Yeah, New World Comic Con, July 28th, down at the fairgrounds in the Centennial Building.
So make plans to be there, and you'll have announcements probably when we get closer.
Yeah, we've announced the date, and we're working on some pretty special guests this time. So.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Bug. Come and visit New World Comics up here on 63rd, just south of 63rd and Meridian. Yeah. Thank you to Buck Berlin.
Nothing.
Rage.
New World Comics. They're over off just south of 63rd on Meridian.
That is correct. It's a fantastic store. I highly, highly recommend. you
Yeah,
stop
I love it. I love it over there.
People are great that work there. They have a great selection.
Yeah.
And they always have some cool deals and I don't know. It's
And
great.
Stephanie out there, she usually gives us good recommendations.
Yeah, she will meet you one time and she will know.
Yeah.
She has the
and
foresight for what you need to be reading.
that is her superpower.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
think it is.
But yeah, I forgot what comic book. I think it was Spider-Gwen.
Yeah.
And I love that comic.
She
So-
recommended the Visions. That was like a weird horror kind of spin-off of Vision.
Uh-huh.
And it was fantastic, man. It was a 2-part series, and it's really, really good read.
That's cool.
I was sad because I went in there yesterday to talk to Buck
Uh-huh.
to get that, and she wasn't there. So
Come back, Stephanie.
I know. I only really go there to talk to Stephanie anyway.
That's fair.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So yeah, that's what's up. Thank you, and free comic book day. I always keep wanting to say New World Comic Book Day.
Yeah,
but
they're
I
both
want-
big events, but
Yeah.
I wanted to combine New World Comic Con,
Right.
New World Comic Con Free Book Day.
which is in July. Free Comic Book Day
July-er.
is next week.
Yes.
Next Saturday. Is that what, May 5th?
Yeah,
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Drinko.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna be out there at some point.
Yeah,
Might be a combination of two of us. It might just be me. Who knows?
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, but I'm sure all of us will probably make a
We will
trip
make
out there.
appearances, yes, and we'll keep you
Yeah.
informed through social media,
For show.
of course.
For show. Mr. TMZ over here. That's what we like to call him, because you're the only person I know that goes on TMZ on a regular basis, I guess.
That's
If
a regular basis.
if I know anybody that's on TMZ, it's probably because they did something bad, not because they're reporting. You know what I mean? But of course, I don't know anybody who does anything that TMZ would be giving a shit about.
I don't know.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. So, but you do. What's going on? This is Cam's Jams.
Oh, man. I don't know if you heard, but Bill Cosby
Yeah,
was convicted.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was hoping that he wasn't,
yeah.
but whenever you have like 300 people come out and say that you put a Quaalude in my drink,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
not a thing that you're supposed to do.
and it's kind of hard not to, like, when there was like 2 people that came out, I'm like, man, like, come on now, like, really?
Yeah.
And then they just kept coming and kept coming and kept coming. I'm just like, what was in these pudding pops? Like,
Come
Yeah.
on,
seriously.
Bill.
Yeah,
Like, come on, dude.
It's so sad that because I used to obviously I watched Bill Cosby on his show, his TV show,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
actually a couple of TV shows.
Stand up was great.
Yeah, his stand up.
Ghost Dad was awesome.
Daddy
But in
is great.
his stand up, it
Gave
really
us chocolate cake.
stuck out to me, like how much of a family man he seemed like, and all
Uh-huh.
that, and then to find out years later that he was also out there raping people.
Right.
It's just such a sad deal. I mean, of course, it's sad, more sad for the people that he did this to, and
Uh-huh.
hopefully those people get a little closure now. But is he going to prison, or I heard he might be like on home arrest? He's
has
like
a-
70, right?
He has an ankle bracelet until sentencing is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
gone
So,
through.
So
But
he might
he's
be going
He's
to the-
facing. He's potentially facing up to 30 years in prison.
it's
Which
just like he's about to die in like 10.
Yeah.
Like just give him 10 years.
Maybe. I mean,
10 years.
he might. He might
What-
have some
how
of
old is he?
that.
Like,
He's 70.
oh,
I think 70. Right?
nah, he's older than that.
this is a job for the internet.
Yeah. Either way, I mean, he might spend. I don't know. A guy like him, he might be soft. He might not be that doing time disposition, you know. So he might get to prison and be like, "Nope,
Right? He might off himself.
it's over."
But yeah, that man, the news last week has been crazy, like in the entertainment world. You also had Kanye West acting up.
Did he act up?
Yes, he was acting up
What did he do?
all on Twitter.
What did he do?
Just saying random stuff.
Now I know some of it was like, right. Some of the controversy was that he is a Donald Trump.
Yeah, he's supporting Donald
But
Trump.
I mean, come on, people are allowed to have different.
No. It's not even that. It's just the whole fact that he was talking about George Bush not caring about black
Right,
people.
sure.
Well, Donald Trump is obviously don't really care for people of color. So it's just like you backing this dude who's doing all this and saying all these things about your culture and whatnot, and it's just like how you caping for
But
for
you know what
somebody?
Donald Trump and Kanye both have in common? They love green faces.
They do.
You see what I'm saying?
They do.
So that's that
But-
thing that's bringing them together, I think. Like,
Yeah. But the thing is also, I mean, I don't care. You like whoever you want to like.
Sure.
But you can't say one thing about one person who, George Bush never said anything bad about black people that I can remember. But you've heard what, Donald Trump has said. And it's just like, dude, like you totally like just did a 180.
yeah.
There's that. But, I am kind of excited that new music from Kid Cudi, that he's working on a collabo album with Kanye West.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's a Kid See Ghost, I believe.
Nice.
Kid Cudi's one of my favorite rappers out there.
totally.
And I don't know if you heard, but like he was battling, like mental illness. I think it was last year or the year before last. But yeah, he was going through all that kind of stuff. And you know how Kanye West is saying that he also has mental sickness of some kind. So I think
you gotta have to be an artist. You have to have an element of
right.
mental
Who,
illness.
what was it, Van Gogh that chopped off his ear?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah, if you are a legit artist, which Kanye West is, then you're gonna have some kind of like,
Yeah, you're gonna have
crazy thoughts.
A couple of screws loose up there.
Yeah. But other than
can
that,
How much do you think is him? Like, do you think that he is like has legitimate support, or do you think he's just trying to stir the pot a little bit?
I honestly think he's trying to stir the pot. Because I feel like there's a method to his madness.
Of course, you have to remain relevant, and what better way to do that than to create controversy?
Exactly.
Surrounding
So
yourself.
I think, whatever happens. Because I mean, it was just like, how he was it the Grammys or VMAs where he got up in front of
Oh,
Taylor
yeah.
Swift.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, really though, like I can't remember what album he put out just before that. But I mean, you didn't really hear Kanye West that much until, that happened, and it's just like, oh, Kanye West hates Taylor Swift.
And then
But,
people are downloading his albums.
Exactly. So, yeah, I believe there's a method to his madness. Now, do I believe that he really is 100% for Donald Trump? I don't know. I don't really care. I'm not a political person
Right. Yeah.
by any
Well,
means.
and like I say, I think some of that may go back to Donald Trump used to run in some of those circles because he was a celebrity before he got into politics. So
We always have to remember that.
yeah,
That we
which
live
is
in this
weird.
weird alternative universe where
Right.
a celebrity is our president. Correct.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, it kind of first started with what's his face?
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Being the
well,
Jesse
obviously,
governor. Jesse Ventura, yeah.
Ronald Reagan.
Okay, yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
I forgot about Ronald.
Yeah, because what movie was that where they were like Ronald Reagan's the president, the actor? Was that Back to the Future?
Oh, I can't remember.
I can't remember. It was one of those time travel movies though, where it's
Okay.
like the actor.
Yeah.
I think it was because I think it was Doc that said yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So, but yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. Last week was crazy with news because Kanye. Because the week before, Kanye was talking about all those new albums that are coming out with Teyana Taylor, which I did that was one of my very first interviews, like celebrity interviews I've ever done. She's coming out with an album this summer. Kid Cudi and his collabo. Forgot who else is coming out with an album with him. But yeah, like Kanye West is being pretty busy, and nobody was really talking about his tweets until he started talking about the release dates of these albums, and then he said what he did about Donald Trump.
Well, I saw the picture of him wearing the
Make
Make America Great Again hat.
There's this,
And then whatever dude, I don't know who those other dudes in that picture are, but one of them's doing the fucking sorry, I slipped. He's doing the Illuminati thing.
Oh yeah. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. They're all rich and they're all powerful.
I think
so.
when you get to that level of fan or
Fame.
yeah.
Yeah.
I say fandom. No, when you get to that level of fame, like you can pretty much do whatever you want to do,
Yeah, in a way.
Except for putting Quaaludes in.
except for raping people.
strings.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
Don't rape anybody.
And that might be a matter of just when they decide to bust you, because I would imagine some people knew what Bill Cosby was up to.
They
maybe
had
not.
to.
Maybe
They
not,
had
but-
to.
All right, is that it for Cam's Jams?
That's it.
All right, it's time for GOG Talk, and this week it's basically let's see, you good there?
Well, I was gonna do an outro for Cam's Jams.
Oh,
Nah, that's cool. Don't worry about it. You good.
oh, I like that. I like how it goes. Oh.
Just making dope beats all day, bro.
Making dope beats. But yeah, it's GOG Talk, and today you were kind of wanting to mention you'd spend a little more time listening to A Perfect Circle's new album.
Let's have a little Maynard moment, shall we?
Yeah.
For fans of Maynard out there, because there's a couple of things. I mean, not directly necessarily, but we'll start out talking about the Perfect Circle album.
Eat the Elephant.
Yeah, I've given it a listen through, and it's interesting because it's 12 years since the last release. There's definitely the sound of A Perfect Circle, but you can see that they have all developed as human beings.
Sure.
The sound is a little bit different. To a degree. There's one song specifically that is a very far departure from anything they've done, and it's my favorite song on the album.
Did you have a little clip of it that we can on Facebook anyway, and probably when we put this up on YouTube and all that, what happens is if you leave like a lot of the song in, we'll probably get shut down.
Yeah,
but we could just play like a little tiny bit of it so you can hear it if you hadn't, because I've got a few songs off this record on my iPod, I guess, or my iPhone, really. But I need to get the whole record because this song in particular. Are you playing the?
I'll do the live version from Kimmel. That might give us
So Long and Thanks for All the Fish.
Yeah,
which is a reference
to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which is fantastic.
Right.
The book series and the radio series and the movie, of course.
And this song is kind of referencing a lot of the people who have
passed away of recent,
including Vern Troyer. So I mean, it was very up to date. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, wait a minute, really?
No.
But then I realized how much you like to lie. So
I love to lie. So yeah, a little bit of A Perfect Circle. This was on Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah. You can
I
watch
love
the video
this
on
song.
YouTube.
This song it's like poppier sounding in a way.
It's in a major scale instead of a minor scale.
Yeah.
That's what the difference is. And if you're a music dork, you can understand the difference.
We should do it. We should do it in the minor scale. You know how people.
Time is money, and money's time. We wasted every second.
I love it. I love this song.
Yeah, me too. I have been driving my girlfriend crazy because whenever I find a song that I really enjoy, I will listen to it like 9 or 10 times in a day, just over and over and over and over again. And then eventually I burn myself out and stop listening to it. But
is that Michael Rosenbaum?
All right.
All right,
Yeah,
that's
so
probably
that's
good.
probably
That's a good taste. If you
Yeah,
want to check
that
out
was
more
real
of
good.
that, that's on.
That is good. That is good.
It's on Kimmel, and then also there was a for Tool fans out there.
Yeah.
we've been waiting 1,000 years since their last album, and
between every album. It
yeah,
seems like.
they're like, all right, this year it's gonna happen. We've been saying that for 5 years at least now. But they released a kind of a trailer, I guess.
Yeah.
An advertisement for their music clinic tour they're doing. They're doing a pretty interesting concept where they are touring, where they're going to play a couple songs, and then they're going to talk, just kind of like music shops and stuff like that. So Danny Carey, Justin Chancellor, Adam Jones are all going to kind of do, talk shop about their gear and their
Yeah.
equipment and everything like that. And they're limiting the audience to about 200 people.
Oh yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Do you have a clip of that song? Because here's my take on it while you're
It
pulling
sounds
it
like
up.
Tool.
Yeah, I wanted to hear it, but it does. It sounds like any Tool song you've
Yeah.
ever. Oh my gosh, his hair.
It's not real.
Oh, okay. He had like this wig, I guess, where it was
Yeah.
like all this bleached out hair. I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah. Nah, he always wears wigs with perfect circle.
Okay.
But no, it does. Okay, it does sound like Tool, but in a way, I really enjoyed that.
And here's the deal: if you're like, stop talking over it, we kind of have to talk over it a little bit too, and that way,
Yeah.
we don't get taken down. So,
Yeah,
just,
the internet
just so
police
you know,
are out to get us.
yeah. But here's a little clip of what Tool put out on their YouTube, I guess.
Yeah, if you look up Tool Music Clinic
Mm-hmm.
2018, yeah, I like it.
No,
I
I,
like
hey,
the
I
ant-
love Tool, so
Yeah, I like the anticipation that it builds up to because at the very end, like I might skip forward here in a second. It has like a real punchy thing, so you know it's going to go into something more intense. And that's something interesting about Tool is they're one of the very few prog rock bands that got as famous as they did.
sure.
Their songs are very atmospheric. They're it's like they're creating this landscape with their music. It's not just a hook in a
Yeah, and everybody in that band is so talented, and not only just talented with music, but
Right.
visual arts and everything.
Yeah,
so,
Adam Jones worked on Jurassic Park
Yeah.
and things like that as a part of the visual team, and he does all their videos. Like him and I think Alex Gray collaborate on a lot of their newer stuff. But
right.
he's responsible for a lot of the stuff you'll see, visualizations and things like that. And then, of course, Danny Carey's one of the, if not best drummers,
Right. Yeah.
especially of our time. And Justin Chancellor, amazing bass player. He was in a band called Peach before he was in Tool. And I don't know if you want to check that out. They're a British-based band, but they have a pretty cool album.
Yeah, dig
Uh,
it. I dig it.
All right, so I'm just going to skip forward to this end part where
Yeah.
it starts to kind of
I like
build
that.
up.
So yeah, I think that.
Very Tool.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing about Tool is you always know what you're gonna get at least.
Yeah.
Because they're so amazing and they're so good at live. I love watching them
Oh,
live.
absolutely.
That I'm not mad about the fact that the song doesn't sound like anything kind of like a Perfect Circle.
Right.
That song does not sound like the typical
yeah,
Perfect
but-
Circle.
Yeah,
but
they still knocked it out of the park.
So-
but it felt okay when I first listened to this little piece of Tool music. It really just like sucked me back in time.
yeah, totally.
It was very like I got chills. It was just like okay, I remember because when we were younger, this was like before the internet was real big, before
Mm-hmm.
things are leaked everywhere. This is when you would go to the store and buy a CD and look through the booklet and like music. I think there was just a different appreciation for it back then because now you can listen to whatever you want to, whenever you want to.
Well, here's the deal. Pull up any Tool song on YouTube, and what we're gonna do, of course, you're gonna have to unplug you're gonna have to put in your headphones. It's spoilers
Oh, is it
time.
spoiler
Yeah,
time?
and what we're gonna do is, in the time that Gog listens to a Tool song, we're gonna do.
Yeah, it'll be a 15-minute song.
See, Tool was always great when you worked on like the Cat or a rock station because if you gotta go take a shit, you put on a Tool song and then you go see it.
I
So
know the pieces fit. So I need to undo this here.
yeah, you probably there you go. Go ahead and plug in your headphones. Are you ready, Cameo?
Yes.
All right, and then yeah,
Well, I do think that we just got
Yeah, there's
taken
your
down
beats.
on Facebook though. By the way.
did we
Yeah.
already?
Yep.
From playing Tool. fucking quick on that stuff.
Oh well, I guess we'll have to.
Did you get flagged?
I'm still on. Yeah, we're still on.
Oh,
Oops, I just
Let me
hit the
see.
F word.
There's Gog getting his beats and whatnot.
oh, why is mine?
Sorry for the F word, guys. If you heard it.
Yeah, we're still on.
Huh.
I'll read some comments real quick. Christine Williams says, for the record, I said he might have an album coming before Cam said it. I said it first. And she said, love the movie. Mos Def was perfect. So talking about Hitchhiker's Guide. So yeah, we're still up.
Okay.
All right. So, all right. Gog is, it might have the mic up just a little bit there by your mouth. So here we go. We've got enough time during Gog listening to a Tool song to do spoilers for Avengers. So if you're watching and you're the one person still watching, it looks like, and you didn't want to hear any Avengers spoilers, do not watch because we've got the I need to move this to the other side because people who are watching on it says the live covers the spoilers. So here's spoilers. It's spoilers for Avengers. Everyone dies.
Just about.
I like the raccoon.
Yeah, good. He doesn't.
That's the only. That's actually. I guess
It's easier to count who doesn't die in this movie.
Yeah, and it's easy by doing all the ones that don't have a contract after Avengers 4.
Yeah, but a lot of, like I say, a lot of the people that we really thought were gonna not make it through, they were fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this movie, it wasn't like a violent bloodbath, but it was a bloodbath.
Yeah.
And it made me so sad. Spoilers. I can't say spoilers enough. And I know there's a lot of people out there who haven't seen it yet, but we're hoping that the people who are tuned in did.
I was surprised when Johnny Depp showed up as Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yep.
That was a really unexpected twist.
Yeah. So that was not.
I don't
he
know
didn't
if
get
I'm
that one
talking
right.
really loud or not.
Pretty loud.
Yeah, pretty loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let me just say again, spoilers.
Spoilers. Okay.
Spider-Man.
Oh,
I almost cried.
Spider-Man.
I almost cried.
Man, because as a kid, that's one thing you don't want to do is die.
Yeah.
And whenever he was like, Mr. Stark, I don't want to go.
I don't want to go.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Man, like I
Yeah.
wanted to cry. Well, I kind of did.
Yeah, I got a little man tear.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't think that they were going to present Peter Parker's younger brother, Barker Parker, until the next movie. So they brought him in a little bit earlier than I was anticipating, but it was a nice surprise. It'll be good to see how he develops in the next movie.
Yeah. See, it's exactly like what we said. He might get it right.
He might.
And he got that one right. Barker Parker. Stupid. Okay, let me just say. This is for all the people who have seen the movie.
Mm-hmm.
We know Thanos in this movie is successful in his quest to get all the stones.
Yep.
And he ends up causing about half of the universe to just, they're dead.
Yep.
Now, what I think happened was, I think obviously Doctor Strange saw the one chance that they had out of all the different realities.
Yeah.
There was one that they could win, and he knew exactly what that would be. And you kind of had a theory.
Yeah. The way what I think is obviously, like those time travel movies, you can't tell the person if you've already basically he traveled to the future. Doctor Strange did. So when you do that, you can't come back to the present and tell the person what exactly they need to do because that'll ruin everything.
Right.
Like, another outcome might, come from you telling them that. So what I think is that he told, or whenever he told Thanos that I will give you the stone if you spare his life. So obviously Tony is the key to bringing back everybody that Thanos killed in the movie.
I don't know if everybody else caught this, but when teenage Groot was given eyes to that aloe vera plant, it was like a little more PG-13 than I was anticipating. Like he's definitely, you can see he's like starting to get those teenage hormones going on and everything. Maybe it's just going to be his new girlfriend. Who knows?
That one not on the money, but pretty
No.
good. I liked it. That would have made it awesome.
But it was kind of funny, his little interaction with Thor in the little
Yeah.
escape pod.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
Okay, so here's the theory that a buddy of mine told me yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks would happen. I'm kind of more with you on what you think, but he thinks that Thanos, because they did spend a lot of time, kind of almost humanizing Thanos to where he really did have some emotion regarding Gamora.
Yeah.
She didn't believe it, and even thinks that it's a perverted kind of not perverted, but
Yeah.
it's not the way that somebody really loves somebody. It's abusive
Yeah.
because he kidnapped her.
Right.
So, but then maybe like gaslights her by telling her he loves her. But then we find out he really does because he has to sacrifice her. So maybe he starts to feel guilty and uses the time stone to reverse all that because he really did love her like a daughter.
I don't think that'll happen.
Yeah.
I do think that he did spare Nebula because of Gamora.
Right.
But I also think that whenever Thanos told Gamora, he was like, I've messed up once. I'm not going to do it again. So that was kind of hard, being a father figure to this, girl who, he kind of treated, I would say badly. Obviously, he stole her, kidnapped her from her planet.
But he kind of looked at it like he was saving her, like, and
Yeah.
he looked at it throughout the movie as what he was doing was merciful,
yeah,
but that the population of the universe needed a little thinning.
yeah.
So, like I say, this movie was amazing.
Well, I mean,
I loved
that's
it.
what Tide Pods are for. So
Chuck Norris and Danny DeVito.
That was a great cameo. Yeah.
yeah.
Cameo.
Uh,
So, yeah, I mean, I don't really want to. I'm sure, like I say, there are people that are watching this that have watched it. And so comment and let us know what you thought about it. But I think that pretty much is going to bring us to the end of the Avengers spoilers talk. Other than,
Yeah.
I just want to say, if you haven't and you sat through this, cool. You obviously don't care about spoilers, but
Right.
go see it. Go see it because it's
an
awesome.
amazing movie.
I loved it.
Like you will not get bored at any single point of the movie because there's either action or great dialogue in it.
Yeah.
So it's just because I read one of the reviews Thursday morning, and no, it was Wednesday morning, and there was a lot of good things saying about it, and one of them said that it was like a smorgasbord of comedy and action.
Yeah, totally. It really brought, like I say, it brought that feel of Thor Ragnarok, and even I thought it was so cool how Rocket gave him the eye. That was awesome.
I like how
'cause
he said how he
just
smuggled
kind
it out.
Yeah. It was something that you forgot about, but then they brought it back. So
That's pretty cool. And I didn't even really think about that until, just until now.
yeah. So good stuff. I really love that movie. Did you like it better than Black Panther? I know you were a huge fan of Black Panther.
Man, like Black Panther was one of those movies where it was different than any other movie that has came out because it has depicted, Africa in a different manner than what other people think Africa to be like or whatever. Even though none of it was shot in Africa, but thing is, it's like there was more. It was more of a story than a superhero movie for me.
Right.
Yeah, there was action in it and whatnot, but I love Black Panther. I don't think there'll be any movie greater than Black Panther, but I will have to say Avengers Infinity War was pretty dang good.
I mean, you know,
It was amazing.
You saw it when it started off, Marvel Studios, and it had the 10. You know,
Yeah.
This is the culmination of everything, and so
10 years, like that's crazy.
it's just hard to judge it based on against other movies to me because this is what it was all leading up to.
And there's never been a movie basically a movie series like this, has there?
I mean, I can't think of anything that the end game was planned 10 years in advance or whatever. You
Right.
know? Yeah. So.
And you know, I wish I could have been in the writers' room at the very beginning of with Iron Man in 2008. Like, did they already have this all planned out? Like, okay, well, not like everything planned out, what movies were going to come out and whatnot, but like, hey, we're going to start with Iron Man, and we're going to eventually get to Thanos.
Gog making faces in the camera, but yeah,
Like, was Infinity War the end all be all to the movies? Like, I wish I was there to see if that was what was happening.
yeah. Christine says if you go see it at the drive-in, go early to get yourself a good spot in front. Did you see it? At
I
the
was
drive-in?
surprised to see the whole team meet up at Applebee's
Yeah.
right before they're like, all right, guys, we gotta have a meeting to take down Thanos. So they all showed up at Applebee's. I guess Applebee's was probably a sponsor or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
That was way off. But yeah, I saw it at the drive-through. Man, I keep calling it the
drive-in.
drive-through. Yeah, the drive-in at Winchester. And
Oh man, I was wanting to go do that.
it was
Did you
pretty
stay for
cool.
both movies?
Kind of, but
Yeah,
not really.
Yeah.
We stayed until if you haven't seen Black Panther, spoilers. We stayed till the basically the start of the end battle between him and Killmonger.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Man. All right. Well, I think Gog's Tool song is still going, but let's get one more spoiler. One more Gog spoiler.
Ice cream?
Yeah. All right. So that's the end of the Avengers spoiler talk. Yeah, you're good. You're good, Gog. Man, but you can imagine how many dukes you could take during a Tool song.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was also looping a portion of the song because of the way that it's like sonically with Tool, it's like parts get quieter, and there was a part where I was starting to be able to hear a few things.
Oh, I see.
So I had to
see.
keep going back to the more
Gotcha.
intense parts of the song, but it worked fine. I didn't hear a single word you guys said that whole time.
Nice. So that's go see it
Now.
right now.
I'm gonna
All
go
right.
see it probably on Tuesday.
Yeah, and check out our friends Cadell and Company. They're on Facebook at Cadell and Company. If you're watching the video, you can see. You can call them at 405-928-5026 because they've been doing commercial construction for a long time, 20 years. They're fourth generation builders. And now they're doing residential, for all those people who are watching it on TV, all these home improvement projects that you want to see in your own home, they can do it. They can make that a reality. They've got the materials. They've got a showroom down in Norman. They've got in the showroom, they've got wood floor, tile floor. They've got this tile floor that looks like wood, and you can even put it in your shower.
That's cool.
Yeah, carpets, cabinets, countertops,
Nice.
all of that. These are the guys you can trust, Cadell and Company. Like I say, 405-928-5026 or go to their Facebook page at Cadell and Company. And that's a good way to see pictures of what they've done, get directions to the showroom, and just hit them up and see, like I say, they're a trustworthy, family-owned and operated company, and they want
They
to
will beautify your home.
Yeah, they want everything, all your dreams. They want to make sure that you're happy from the time you walk in till the time it's all done. So check them out, Cadell and Company. All right, Gog, Cameo. That
Yep.
brings us to the end of the show.
Oh, we did it.
Couple things I want to mention real quick.
All right.
We are going to be out at some point during the
some
free
iteration,
comic book day
yes.
at New World Comics, 63rd and Meridian.
Yeah, representing.
So, and if you don't see us or we don't see you, we will have video of the event on the show. Because we're here every week, 4:30 Central Time.
Yes, sir.
2, if you're a Westworld fan, last week was the season premiere. Man, so good.
We got to talk about it. Not right now.
Yeah.
But after the show, we got to talk about it.
Yeah. Well, if you're interested, I have a podcast called Jest World, which is on Facebook, Spreaker, iTunes, all the YouTube, all that. And we did before the season started, we did all these recap episodes. And now what we're doing is we're doing a watch along. So
that's cool.
every episode, watch it.
Are you doing it like Mystery Science Theater?
Kind of, yeah, yeah. Watch it. I recommend watching it, and then watching it because if you watch Westworld, you probably watch it a few times.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
Especially the season premiere last week. Oh my Lord.
On the second go round, listen to our podcast while you're watching it, and I think you'll have a really good time.
Nice.
So, and then we also do like a reaction. That's not, you don't have to watch the whole show and listen to us. But
Yeah.
But and then also if you're into WWE, I've got the it's Triple H wrestling podcast, and I've been posting some of our stuff we've been doing on the Nerds to Men site too. So just want to let everybody know what I'm up to.
Yeah.
And all
That's
this
groovy.
all this nerd stuff I'm up to. Gog, anything
Casting
coming
it.
up?
Oh, yes. Always, man. Just always all sorts of things going on in GOG World. Let's see. Like I announced last week, GOG album is in the works.
Yeah.
And also, Wooden Elbow album is in the works. Do you mind if I play a little taste?
I would
of
love for you
the
to.
Wooden Elbow. Okay, so the
Let me
GOG album
get
is
you
going to
up.
be like more serious, like personal, something that I've been wanting to create for a very long time.
So like Nickelback.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to sound exactly like Nickelback. And then the Wooden Elbow album is obviously it's going to be a comedy album, and so we have a little taste here. This is something we've been working on.
Jellyfish, jellyfish, jellyfish.
Why'd you sting my friend?
All right.
Nice.
That's all it
I
takes you
dig
get.
it.
I have to say.
Oh,
'cause-
and that'll be stuck in your head, too, by the
yeah,
way.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Me and Cameo kind of heard it before,
Yeah.
and we couldn't stop singing it.
Yeah.
So,
It's silly, but man,
Yeah.
it's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, check out Wooden Elbow. That's the comedy duo, Billis 5K and myself. And I feel like we've gone through a few different iterations and phases and trying to kind of find our thing.
kind of like Nerds to Men.
Yeah, absolutely. But we've been having a lot of fun with this music album,
Yeah.
and once we get back to doing live shows, we're going to do a lot more music. I think we'll still do
Sweet.
some skits, but there's going to be a lot of music happening. So
All
that's
right.
just fun. We're having a good time with it. What else? Of course, I'm always doing art stuff. You can follow me on Instagram, Art by GOG. Also, check out my Facebook art page. Doing a lot of Photoshop stuff.
Cool.
So if you want me to put your face on somebody else's body or make something silly for you, then
Yeah, because I
Hit
look
me up.
really cool as Drax.
yeah.
Oh yeah, those were so cool. I should have loaded them up so we could have played them on here, but
Yeah,
those
you
were
can
awesome.
go find our Facebook page and you can see some of the stuff I've been up to there. And yeah, just excited. I'm almost done with school, almost ready for summer break. I can't wait to have a portion of my life back to where I can do whatever I want to.
All right,
I'm stoked about it.
Cameo,
Just catch me on the radio.
Wild 104.9.
Yep, Monday through Fridays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Okay, and we got an interview that we're gonna put on next week, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Is it Rob Paulson or? And tell me again about Rob Paulson.
Rob
His name was
Paulson.
Robert Paulson.
Yeah.
Rob Paulson is a voice actor. He's been in pretty much every cartoon that you could possibly think of. At the beginning of his career, what is it? Not Johnny Bravo. Johnny Quest.
Oh yeah.
He was in that. He played Haji.
Did you tell me Ren and Stimpy? He was involved with them, or
No, I don't think he was.
Oh, okay.
He was the lead character in Animaniacs. He was Yakko.
Oh, okay. There you go. Good.
He
stuff.
also was Raphael in the original animated Teenage Mutant
Oh,
Ninja
nice.
Turtle show.
Yeah.
And then he was Donatello in the Nickelodeon's CG Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Was it Pinky and the Brain that you told me he did one of the voices?
Yeah, he was Pinky.
Oh, okay. Okay. Makes sense. So that's awesome.
think so.
That's awesome. So we're going to have that
Are you
next
thinking
week.
What I'm thinking, Pinky. I think so, Brain. But how are we supposed to fit in men's briefs?
Pinky was my favorite.
Pinky was awesome.
yeah.
That was pretty awesome.
All right. Well, that's the end of the show. We'll be back next Sunday at 4:30
Oh,
p.m.
yes.
Central Time.
Always and forever.
Everybody have a great rest of your week. If you haven't, go see Avengers.
Yeah,
Now.
I will.
Go right now.
I will. I'm not going to go right now, but I will.
Yeah.
No.
You're who we're talking to. Later, everybody.